Hey, and hope everyone is doing well. I just want to make this video so that it's a follow up on the other one that I had made on YouTube. The main focus for this one is to show you some of the improvements we've done. You remember in the previous project we were doing a scan on info. Let me just check the name right here. In physical main. But right now, I think based on the video that I also looked at, some of the things that I was checking, I believe that I have done a good job in terms of improving its accuracy. What Qleaner is supposed to help you do is just make sure that you are pushing clean code. And I don't mean that I am building something similar to ESLint. This is a framework, more of a package that helps you find unused code, unused files, this including images. We try our best to make sure that we become as accurate as possible. And the more we have people who are using and providing suggestions and ways in which we can improve, the better the package becomes and free to everyone who uses it. I'm not going to talk much, but I'm going to go straight to the project and show you how I go navigating through big large code bases. I have Infisical. This is one of the project that uses, I think this is a React project, and the other one is called Formbricks. This is it's also an open source project that it's built on Next.js. The layouts are a bit different. Developer thinking also is a bit different. It's really important that I show you how this thing works so that you can be able to use it on your project, whether medium, whether small, or whether large code base. Its main focus is to help you analyze your project, understand the pain points, and just refactor it for better workflow within your project, right? So without going much, let me just go straight ahead and show you some of the steps that are involved in this. So I think for Infisical, because it's one of those projects that we had built, we had done the demo, it's a good one we can start with. So by default, I'm just going to show you how to install it. So this one we had already done some of the scans, and it had already listed some things here, but for the sake of us doing this demo, I'm just going to type in Qleaner. I'm going to show you how to install, which is npm I and then -g and then type in the name of the package, which is Qleaner. That does the trick. So once that is up, the current package that I'm using for this, which is npm list, I'm going to say global Qleaner just to check the current package we're using. For this recording, the current one I'm using is called Qleaner 1.33. So that's the current version. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I need you to understand there are project structures that do matter on how we're doing these scans. Looking at the front end, look at this, right? So this is Infisical. They have both, I'm sure they have both the back end, the infra work, they have the front end framework inside. So it's really important that Qleaner helps in scanning only React projects for now. So how we go about this is you type in Qleaner and type in init. So this command, you're configuring how your project is laid out. All right. So, and one of the second questions you're asked is, how do you reference images in your project? Do you reference them using the relative paths or the absolute? So if you want to, if you're using the public source folder where most of your images are referenced from there, and most likely something like Next.js will understand and append the public folder on your behalf, then there's not much of a problem there. You can just always choose absolute. Otherwise, pick relative. All right, this is just based on how you reference. All right, so for this one I'll just pick relative, and then I know for a fact that this is just a plain React project. So I'm going to click React. Sorry, I'm going to type enter there on the terminal. And then another thing, which project configuration should Qleaner use to resolve import aliases? And this one is really important because we have ts config and we also had ts config app. So I think this is the one that's mostly handling the code within the app project. So for that, we can choose ts config app. I think with that, we are good. So once that is done, for large code bases, you can always go ahead and start doing the scan. So for this, our project is within the front end. So I'm just going to do Qleaner. I'm going to say Qleaner scan and Qleaner scan, and then where our front end lays, which is in the front end. I think that's enough. And then put a -t for table. If you want to clear the cache, -c. And then if you want to run a dry run is really important when you you have a project that you want to scan and you don't want to be prompted to delete any file. So -d helps that. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove the -c because I had already done the scan, and if you're doing a fresh scan for such large code bases, it usually takes quite some time. So for this one, I'm just going to use the same cache to run this. Okay, so I'm going to type enter, and it will scan through 2,859 files, depending on the file base and how big it is. It will depend on how big the project is, and then how long it will take. So since I already done the scan, if I do a -t, what it's doing right now is checking for code changes within those files. So if there's any file that has changed, maybe has been updated in any way, it will be collected and tracked for maybe changes, right? Is there anything that has changed? So while that's happening, let's go to the other one. And so for this one, it's a bit different. This one, we will do an image scan, and for this one, you can see that in order for you to do an image scan, you say Qleaner image. You say where the folder is located, where all your images are centralized, and then where your code is, which is the folder in which all the code will be utilizing all these images, right? So, and then -d, -t, same dry run, clear cache, -h. So there's a high chance where you might have situations where you store image folders in two directories that are in separate places. Like example, where you store images within the image folder, and then another one you store it within a public folder or something outside, maybe the web folder. So for that reason, we usually put a -h where you don't want images that could highly be potential as dead links, but in actual sense they are in a different location. So what this scan does, it only checks for images within this folder, and then highlights for you which ones are not being used. So I'm going to remove the -c. I'm just going to leave, and then maybe leave the -d, and then click enter. So for this one, you can see that it has 1,696 files. It's going to scan through all of them, check for any changes within the code base, and then check for if there are any images that have been referenced, etc. So let's go back to this other one, and you can see it already completed. It found 60 files. So the good thing is we can do sampling and test and see, okay, by the way, is this thing actually correct? So we have this is one of the files that has been highlighted as unused. So you can click identity, you can copy it, and then just search it right here. You can see that identity secrets, that's the one. It was exported, but let me see if there's any other file. I think this is the one. So there's no file importing it. If you go to something like, let me see, button stories.tsx, paste that, and just click this. So we have, it's being imported, constant file, export meta, export default story. Okay, so we can pick any of that. So let's say pick ghost. I don't know if, but I prefer picking files that are really like when you put out their names, it's easy to find them. So let me pick this one, and I'm just going to paste. So we have this big file right here, big fields. It's within the source components. See, source components. You should get the actual. Let me pick this one. Yeah. Okay. Let me just see which file location they're in. It's within the components secret rotations v2 components secret rotations v2 forms, secret rotation, review fields, this one, and then the name is Databricks service. Let me pick this one. I hope that's the one, otherwise could be either of the two. Let me try this one out. So I'm just going to copy this one, copy it, paste, minimize that. So this one, so the one that was said Databricks service, the one was highlighted was Databricks service accounts. So this is not the one, so it's the other one, which is Databricks service. Okay, let me copy it again. Apologies for that. Paste. Click on which one is it? Databricks service accounts, secret rotation parameter fields. Okay, so it's in the secret rotation v2, so let's go all the way there, v2, and let me just so we're looking for the Databricks service accounts, secrets rotation, secret rotation, because we have now two rotations. So Databricks service accounts, this is the one, it's this one. Yeah, so just copy this and paste it, minimize this one, and we're just looking for where it's been imported. And you can see the only place it's being imported this is from another file, which is Databricks service principal. So the one that we're looking for that had the file was from the rotation. So if it was from rotation, it would have been from there. So these are all the files that it has found. Let's go to the other one, which is from Formbricks. Formbricks helped find around 10 images that have 0 references. So if you want to check, just copy any of those image, paste, and then okay, so the image files are there, but it's nowhere to be found. So all these are images that it found, right? So one thing that I think we can do is we have a summary feature where it gives you a list of everything that happens that has been built in the project. A depth is more of it shows you top 10 alive images. These are images that are being used, so you can even find out the common ones, dead image hotspots. We have top 10 files that have been exported most, top 10 files that export the most, which is this one. You can always click on it and you can see all those files are there, and the rest of information like top 10 dependencies, right? So I think the only one that I feel that would be important for you to know is when you're doing dependency check. So Qleaner dep, and you want to check within the front end, so you have to specify exactly where it is. So you say apps, so for this one it was within the apps folder, and then within web folder, that's where your front end is for that large code base, so web, and then do that, and then it will list out all the dependencies that are installed within your project that are not being used. And you can always use also Qleaner to track just within the front-end framework files that maybe use a specific component. Let's say, for example, you're looking for a component that use domain utils, so you say domain -utils, enter, and it will query for you and help you find files that use the web proxy domain utils. And you can just do Control F, domain -utils, which is this one. Yeah. So yeah, that's it about the demo, and thank you very much for your time. Hoping to hear feedback, see what you guys discover about it. Looking forward for any open fixes, and a like and share would be really great. Thank you.